Scrambling to find a cure and defeat the monsters, humanity is brought to the brink of extinction. We hope you enjoy Lost Valley and continue on with the rest of the Extinction Survival series and the main storyline in the Extinction Cycle. Best wishes, Nicholas Sansbury Smith, New York Times best-selling author of the Extinction Cycle. 1. Tuesday, April 14th. Shrek. I always win. I have to win. It's just who I am. The air is dry. It hasn't rained in months, so I lift my snout into the air. The gentle wind brings the scents of the low California mountains, laden with the pollen of dozens of bushes, trees, and flowering plants. I let the air waft through my nostrils, passing by my hypersensitive olfactory receptors. I didn't know what they were called, the smelling parts of my nose, until I heard those words from my first drill sergeant. I found out that I have over 300 million of them inside my head. I heard them say humans only have a few million. I pity them. They don't know what they are missing. I can tell by the concentration of the particles in each nostril which way the scent comes from. If it's stronger in the left nostril, the scent comes from the left. Same thing with the right. I can smell things that haven't been around for days. A few minor molecules left behind set off my sensitive nose. They called it a false positive when I smelled something that wasn't there anymore, whatever that means. As far as I'm concerned, if it had been there once, it was almost the same as if it was still there. They just didn't get it. My first drill sergeant, the one who said these things about my nose, was named Williams. The American soldiers called him a trainer, but he was just another person I didn't find worthy of my time. I did learn a lot about my lineage, about my capabilities, and what they had planned for me, but none of the humans were good enough to swear my loyalty to. None of them, until I met my partner, the man who owns this house. I knew from the first time we met that he was the one I was meant to be with. I looked into his eyes and saw another warrior, another fighter who refused to lose. Yes, I knew right away that he was the one, but I am getting ahead of the story. I was one of 4 surviving puppies from my Belgian Malinois mother. Her name was Cassie, and she was the most beautiful of all the mothers in our German kennel. For the first year and a half of my life, I lived with my sister and 2 brothers. We grew together in play and sport, while our bodies filled out and our spirit developed. I was the best. Not just the best of my litter, but the best in the kennel. My first owners recognized my ruthlessness in all competitions and my ability to quickly react and outpace all the other males I was put up against. Because I was so fast and so quiet, they called me the Ghost. I was to be feared. My German name followed me when I was taken by the Americans over 5 years ago. They brought me to Texas, where I was put through test after test to find out who was the fastest and who wanted to win the most. That had almost been my undoing, my fighting spirit. I refused to quit. I thought that was a good thing. When they tried to take my things, I wouldn't let them. I would run when they approached, never giving up my prized tennis ball. I can tell when the humans are trying to be like me, quiet and quick. They tried to distract me and sneak up behind me, but I always heard them. They move too slowly, and their feet hit the ground so loudly that it would have woken me from my sleep. They spent weeks trying to get me to give up my ball, but I would never let them. They weren't worthy of my ball. I won it. I fought the others for it, and I wasn't going to share it with anyone. At first, they said my spirit was a good thing, that I had a natural gift for searching out and retrieving their prizes of blankets, balls, and sticks. But once I got them, I wasn't about to give them up. If the others were too slow to beat me to the prize, then it was their own fault. They should have fought harder. They put me into competition with other dogs, less worthy breeds. Even the